and Ollie. We are the creators of Om Sadhana Yoga, and today we would like to be exploring a whole session with all of you, and specifically between me and him. So I will be leading and teaching a Sun and Moon session, and Olivier Toupin, also a student of Ulu Yoga, will be present here as my student. So all of you that are searching for a nice balancing class, please join us and have a lot of fun with this Sun and Moon yoga session. So on that note, I would like to start the class. And to begin the class, I would like to welcome you to our session today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very honored and looking forward to this class.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to start by describing what this class is going to hold as content. So as I've already said, the topic is Sun and Moon Yoga. So we're going to be working with these two dual elements to try to bring harmony and balance in our own mind, body and soul connection. So this is a really uniting yoga class, a yoga class that lets us feel in harmony with ourselves and with others. And to really make this aspect of Sun and Moon clear, I have divided the class into two parts. The first half, or the first part of it, is very sunny. We're going to get active with sun salutations. We're going to be practicing a lot of standing and balancing poses that really heat up our core and our arms. We're going to be working on things that really help us to strengthen our biceps and triceps. Our peak pose will be Chaturanga today, which I know you are very good at. However, I will be providing modifications for those of us that are trying to learn Chaturanga. And after that, we'll be moving on to the moon side of things. Therefore, we're going to be really relaxing ourselves, stretching out the body, and working on really a more yin aspect of our asanas. So before we get into it, I would just like to ask how you're feeling mentally and physically today.
I'm feeling quite good. Feel fit. It's weekend. I slept a bit longer, so I'm looking forward to the class.
Wonderful. And is there any sort of disability or injury that I should be aware of?
I don't think so.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So as we see that my student here is presenting no sort of health issues. However, if you guys feel interested to try the class, do that, because I'll be providing enough modifications. But if you feel that you would like to speak to me, then just leave a comment on the comment section here, and we can discuss further about how to modify something for you to your individual best need. Perfect. So on that note, I would like to start the class. We will be welcoming this beautiful yoga session with 3 deep Om. And Om, as we know, is the sound of the universe. It is the seed or original sound or mantra. And in order to sing it, we're going to be just taking really deep breaths in, full yogi breaths that fill up our whole upper body. And then as we exhale, we're going to sing Om. And we're going to really feel how we're piercing through trinities like the past, present, and future, and really going into the beyond of infinite love and stillness. So let us go ahead and prepare ourselves. We're going to be sitting here for quite a moment. See if you would like to sit on a cushion. See that you have all your supports next to you. Ollie already has a block. If you could just show that. Something we might be needing in this class, depending on what level we're coming from. And if you want right now, use your cushion or your block to just sit. If you feel that your knees are too high up, this will give you a lot of relaxed feeling in your Sukhasana. Sometimes it can be really a pain, and we don't want to experience that as we are trying to get into the yoga world with a lot of ease and calmness. All right. So once you've found your position, straighten up your spine, push your hands against your knees to open open up your chest. You can also slightly bring your navel inwards, that you have a nice line through your spine with its natural curves. And then we're going to take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale and release all tension and all stress. And now we prepare for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Breathe in and out, feeling the effects of the seed mantra through your mind, body, and soul. And we're going to make the first step of uniting. We're going to bring our hands to our heart center in Anjali Mudra, feeling how these two hands are representing a side of duality, and as you bring them together in front of your heart center, you feel the unity that always was. And on that note, we'll bow down to each other. Namaste.
Namaste.
And then gently curve up your spine. Uplift your body towards the sky. And we're going to lift up our arms all the way through. And then we're going to open up our bodies and spread our light, the light of the sun and moon within us, to our world. Wonderful. And on that note, we are ready to come into our first centering meditation. See that you are comfortable in your seated position, easy Sukhasana. And then place your palms onto your knees while they're facing upwards. Perfect. Your palms are facing upwards to show the sign of gratitude and openness. And also with this openness, you are welcoming any inspiration from above. Close your eyes once you feel rooted in this position. Keep breathing. We're going to start this meditation by deepening our breath. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. And exhaling fully through the mouth or through the nose. See what feels at this point comfortable to you.
Erwecken Sie die Lieblingsfigur Ihrer Kinder zum Leben für einzigartige Familienmomente mit der Apple-App.
And then we're gonna prepare us to start our meditation. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, into the belly, into your solar plexus. And as you exhale, relieve all tension and stress from body and mind. Gently place the tips of your thumb and pointers together in Gyan Mudra. We're bringing the elements of fire and air together, helping us to enhance the flow of prana through our bodies. Keep breathing, keep relaxing, and keep letting go of all that no longer serves you. And feel specifically your thumbs in this mudra that we are holding. Your thumb represents fire. And as you feel the fire, feel your solar plexus slowly waking up with each deep breath. You're igniting the fire within. Feel how channels of prana, of neural pathways, are finding its way to this center, elevating this center with high energy and consciousness. And as you're breathing and welcoming this state of meditation, allow a picture of the sun to slowly start rising in your imagination and in your inner world. As the sun rises every morning, feel it in that manner, rising in your inner world. And as you feel the warm, bright, yellow and orange rays of the sun, welcome its sunshine and rays to brighten up every single one of your thoughts and feelings, to warm your muscles, your organs, to expand your breath. Breathing deeply in and out, feeling the sun deep in your heart, warming your presence in this meditation. As the sun rises higher, your connection to it is increased and deepened. You can feel the sun as your own light. As you breathe in the essence of the warm sun. And as you exhale, allow this warmth to spread all over your body and through your mind and soul. The connection with your own light, with your own sun deepens. Feel the powers increasing in the region of your solar plexus. This is the area right above your navel. Keep increasing the volume and potential of your breath to really ignite your fire. And in connection to your light, to your energy, we're going to set a sankalpa. A sankalpa is a sacred intention or a sacred affirmation based on your intention. You can take a moment to ask yourself what exactly you're looking for in this sun and moon yoga session. You can also ask yourself what you're searching for in your own life. And try to use these answers as a base of constructing your sankalpa today. Once you've found your sankalpa, repeat this intention or affirmation 3 times inside your inner world. With your inhale, you can speak out this affirmation inside, and with an exhale, allow your entire body, mind, and soul to be washed with this intention. So if your intention is, I am love, breathe in and repeat this inside your inner world. And as you exhale, feel the qualities, the attributes of your affirmation spreading out through your entire being. And then, when you're feeling ready, take one more deep breath in and out. And at the end of your exhale, release your thumb fingertip from your pointer and start to wiggle your fingers. Very gently open up your eyes, but still look to the ground or to a candle if you've got one near you. Keep your attention and consciousness still inside of you, although we're letting the world in. And then you can bring your hands together and start rubbing your palms together. We're going to allow the energy of our meditation, the energy of our prana to enter our body deeper. And for that, once you feel that you've generated the heat, open up your eyes. And with open eyes, place your palms onto your eyes. Take a breath here. Very nice. And then allow yourself to just gently rub through your head, giving this love to any part of your body that may require it. Giving yourself your deep and divine love. Wonderful. And then when you're feeling ready, we're going to take this meditative feeling into our pranayama. So I've chosen one pranayama, and I think it's quite clear which one that is. It's the breath of fire, our Kapalabhati. When translated, it is also known as the shining skull. So it's clear through Kapalabhati, we are definitely activating our crown chakra. We're actually activating also glands like the pineal gland. And we're making very deep oxygenation throughout the body, so our cells will be full of oxygen. All the impure air in our body can be also released. The toxins can find their way to be also released through other forms. So Kapalabhati is really, really wonderful for bringing the prana in, warming the body, helping us to really use our belly muscles. Our core is also enhanced through this. So I'm going to try to explain one time how we're going to do it, and then we'll be stepping into it. So for Kapalabhati, we're going to be taking one deep inhale. And then we're going to take exhales continuously through our nose. So our focus is simply to exhale. If passive inhales are occurring, that's completely fine. Your body is regulating that. However, our conscious focus is simply to exhale. It looks something like this. So inhaling and then exhaling repeatedly in pieces. And as we can see my shirt moving a bit. This is because my belly, as I said, is really getting forcefully pulled inside. That's what we want to create. You can show your belly if you want. Nice. Perfect. So we can see how the belly muscles here, the core is repeatedly getting pushed inside. So from his point of view, getting pulled inside. We're exhaling and pulling in. And when possible, we're going to simply try to keep our focus on our exhales. So on that note, let us start. We're going to be making one nice, beautiful round of Kapalabhati to welcome our asanas. And we're also going to be using our Dhyan Mudra, the mudra where we're bringing our fire element fingers together. For that, place both your hands, one on top of the other, onto your lap. Which hand above the other is not really important. What's important is that you bring your thumb tips together, the fire tips together, and then relax it onto your hands. Perfect. We really want the fingertips to touch, fingertips, and then we're going to relax our shoulders in position, make sure that our spine is lifted towards the sky, and then we're going to begin. Let's take a preparation deep breath in. And then we're going to exhale with our mouth. Then we're going to close our mouth as we only need our nose, as demonstrated before. Let us start. Inhaling deeply through the nose, filling the belly, filling the chest a little bit. And then exhaling repeatedly, consciously through the nose. For the last one, we're going to let all out through the nose. And then we're going to hold our breath for a few seconds here. And then take a deep breath in. We're going to hold our breath for a few seconds here. We're going to try to activate Mahabandha with our Mula Bandha, pulling up our pelvic floor towards our navel. We're going to activate our Uddiyana Bandha, bringing our navel behind and up. And we're going to also activate Jalandhara Bandha with our chin back and down. So we're really trying to shift and transport the energy to our centers, to our sun center, and to our Manipura or solar plexus area. And from that area, we really want to bring it upwards towards our crown. And then exhaling gently through the nose. And then take a deep breath in for yourself. Keep your eyes closed to take a moment to really feel the effects of Kapalabhati in your body, in your mind. And then we're going to open up our eyes, release our hands out of this position, and place our hands facing downwards. We are finally ready for our asanas. We'll be beginning with a warm-up session. So for the first warm-up, what we want to do is start by getting our joints nice and prepared. We'll start with our neck area. As we inhale, we're going to bring our neck to the right side. And as we then circulate our neck to the center and to the left side. Then exhale, we're going to circulate our neck all the way to the back. Inhale to the right, center, and left. And exhaling sensually, consciously at the back. One more time. Inhaling to the front. And exhaling to the back. Okay, let's stop at the center here so that we're able to switch directions. Yes. We're going to go to the right side, inhaling, and exhaling to the back. Inhaling from left to right. And exhaling to the back. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling to the back. Wonderful. You can stop again at the center with a slight chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, where we're activating and stimulating our thyroid glands. And then with an exhale, you can uplift your body with your crown facing the sky. Beautifully done. Now we're going to move on to our shoulders. So as we inhale, let us bring our shoulders and our entire body, while the legs are rooted, to the right side. Sufi circles to the center, to the left side. And as we exhale, we're going to round our back, bring our chin to our chest as we would in our cat position. So inhaling, we go into cow. We're going to open up the chest here, bend the arms. Exhaling, we're going to round the back into cat position. One more time. Inhaling, go as deep as you can. Very good. And exhaling, rounding the back. All right, we're going to stop here in the center in the front. And then we're going to push the hands, open up the chest, relax the shoulders, and place your spine in position with your navel slightly inwards. Wonderfully done. All right, we're going to be moving forwards now. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. Now we're going to isolate now we worked on our shoulders, our spine. We're going to isolate the shoulder itself. So with an inhale, let us lift up our shoulders to our ears. And then really, really high up if you can. Perfect. And as you exhale, drop them down like a sack of potatoes. So, perfect. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, drop them down. All your worries released. Perfect. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping them down. Perfect. Okay. And when we're done with that, we're going to use our own pace and momentum to lift ourselves into our standing position. We are finally ready to come up into our standing asanas. See that you're having everything you need. Perhaps that your block or your cushion is at a place where you can reach it easily. We're going to be warming up our hands, our ankles, our wrists, and then we'll get straight right into it. So let's start by just giving our hands a nice shake. I know you're really into shaking out everything. All right, then we're going to bring them back into stillness. Take our left arm up with our fingers pointing upwards, and then we're going to simply use our right hand to pull the fingers towards our body. Can you feel that in your wrist?
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Lower arms.
Beautiful. And then we're going to release that. Allow our fingers to turn down. Other way. Wonderful. And then we're going to pull our fingers again towards our body. Okay. Release your hands. Let them swing a moment. And then we're going to lift up our right hand. Fingers pointed up, using left hand to pull. Take a deep breath in. Wonderful. Exhaling, releasing, and switching your fingers while your palms are facing up. Perfect. Taking another breath in. And then exhaling, releasing, and letting the arms swing. Wonderful. Just letting them swing more naturally. Perfect. Okay, come back into stillness. And then we're going to give our feet some nice kicks outwards. Feeling energy pour through the ankles. Wonderful. You look like we're dancing. Yeah. All right. So have fun with your yoga class. It's a moment of self-love and self-connection. So having fun is like priority. Okay. So we're getting straight into it. I think we're feeling more or less warm, hopefully. All right. So now we're going to get into more active warm-ups. We're going to be starting with our sun salutations. I'll be making a couple of them with, and then I'll be also coming out of it to be able to help you come into the best alignment and, yeah, simply checking things out. So we're gonna start at the top of our mats. We're gonna first come into a wonderfully strong Tadasana position. So bring your feet together. That means your ankles are pressed together, kissed, perfect. Your thighs are pressed together. We're gonna lift up all the toes off of the ground, and from the outside to the inside, we're gonna be simultaneously, one after the other, place them back onto the ground. Now, let's think of Pada Bandha, where we're really activating and connecting our roots to the ground. The pressure points are on the toes, specifically the big toe, and also the heels. So try to grab the floor. Let us bend our knees slightly. Slightly bend the knees. Wonderful. And then we're going to try to feel that we're pulling the energy from the ground, and we're going to activate the legs, push the kneecaps up, activate the quads and glutes. Perfect. So this shouldn't feel like you're just standing. It should feel like you're planking in standing position. Now let's prepare our shoulders. We're going to inhale and lift up our shoulders as we did up to the ears. And as we exhale, we're going to round our back, open up the shoulder blades, and allow the shoulders to drop down in the right position where your chest is open, shoulders are back down. Wonderful. And your neck is long, you're looking forwards, your entire body is activated, you feel your core engaged. Tadasana, the mountain pose. And from here, we're going to bring our hands in Pranamanasana. This will be the starting point of our sun salutations in the Hatha version. So let's go for it. As we inhale, we're going to interlock our fingers other than our pointers and lift up our body. Here we're going to focus on chest opening and not back bending. So shoulders back, shoulder blades pressed together, and looking up. Wonderful. And as you're exhaling, let us take this beautiful structure down into our forward fold. Micro bend your knees in order to be able to touch the ground. If you don't need that, that's no problem. Now, as you inhale, let us bring our right leg, step it back, and bring your knee on the ground. Here, what you want to look for is a 90-degree angle here in your left leg, from thigh to calf. And as you exhale, push the ground and bring your left leg back. Perfect. Into plank. And then we're going to bring our knees, chest between our shoulders, elbows pressed back close to your body, and chin on the ground in Ashtanga Namaskara. Then inhale. We're going to lift up our body. That means we don't really push with the hands. We lift up our upper body and our spine into Cobra. Wonderful. In Cobra, the elbows are really close to our body. The shoulder blades are slightly pressing towards each other. And then prepare your feet. Push with your hands. And come back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. As you inhale, step back with your right leg front. Bring your left knee on the ground. As you exhale, bring your left feet back towards each other, next to each other as it would be in Tadasana. Inhale, lift up your arms all the way, opening up your chest. And as you exhale, bring your hands back in Pranamanasana. Perfect. So, other side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, stepping back with left leg, knees on the ground. Exhale, stepping back with right leg into plank. Then Ashtanga Namaskara with knees, chest and chin on the ground. Relax your toes. Inhale, lift up your spine. Here your pelvic is on the ground. Your elbows are close to your body. Tuck your toes. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. Inhale, left leg front, right knee on the ground. Exhale, right leg front, back into Tadasana legs. Inhale, lifting up your body. And exhaling, hands towards your heart center, Pranamanasana. Wonderful. I'll make one round with inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling right leg, knees on the ground. We're going to look up into the sun when possible. And exhaling, looking down, coming into plank. Then knees, chest and chin, elbows close to your body. Inhale, Relax your pelvic, lift up your spine into Cobra. In Cobra, we don't want to push with the hands, so we're actually just lifting up through the spine. There is no hyperextension of the spine. Point your toes and come back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. Inhale, right leg. Step back front. Exhale, left leg. Tadasana legs. Inhale, lift up. Open up your chest and exhale, Pranamanasana. Let's increase the speed just a little bit. Inhaling up and exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling left leg and exhaling right leg. Wonderful. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest and chin. Bhujangasana. Use the strength of your spine. Point your toes. Push your hands. Come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, right leg. Tadasana legs. Inhale, lifting up. And exhaling, Pranamanasana. We'll go for one more round. Inhaling and exhaling, folding forward. Stepping our right leg back, knee on the ground. Stepping our left leg back, exhaling, perfect, knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, lifting up from the strength of the spine. Exhaling, tuck your toes, push back into downward facing dog. So, inhaling, bring your right leg back. Exhaling, bring your left leg back. Tadasana legs. Perfect. Inhaling, lifting up, opening up the chest. And exhaling, Pranamanasana. One more time. Inhaling, Hasta Uttanasana. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, left leg back. Exhaling, right leg back. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest and chin. Bhujangasana, using the strength of the spine, elbows close together, tuck your toes, and coming back into downward facing dog. You can use your tabletop position to help you supporting to come into downward facing dog. And then coming forward, inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling, lifting all the way up, Tadasana legs, and exhaling, hands in Namaste, Pranamanasana. Wonderful. Take a deep breath in and out. And then release your hands onto your sides. We are now ready for our sunny poses for today. And we'll be using movement, we'll be using a bit of vinyasa in order to be really amplifying the sunny feeling in our body so that we can really go into the movement of things and feel how we're transitioning from one pose to the other, and that there's life in it. It's active, it's movement, it's strong. And once we're done with this half, we'll move on to the more moon aspects of things where we're calming down. All right, so our first pose is a balance pose. We're going to come into our tree pose. For that, let's relax our feet into hip-wide distance. Very nice. And we're going to start with our left leg as the post, as the balancing leg. So from the center, allow your weight to shift on the left side. And once your weight is on the left side, pick up your right leg. Perfect. We have three positions to choose from. First, we're going to open up our hip, and then we're going to either place our foot sole onto the ankle, so our toes are still touching the ground and we can ask for support from our mat, or we can lift up to the shin on the side. And if we're feeling really, really great with this pose, lift up your foot sole all the way to your thighs. And if you feel, no, I think I can go even more forward than this, then just bring up your feet soles into a half lotus against your hip. Perfect. So, as we inhale, we're going to come up till halfway with our arms. Nice. And as we exhale, we're going to lift up our arms. Keep breathing. Inhale, come back till halfway. Vrikshasana. Vrikshasana, sorry. Exhale, coming back all the way up. One more time. Inhale to the center. And exhale, coming all the way up. Holding here now. keeping your chest open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands. And then allow your right leg to relax. Shake out your legs a little bit. Prepare for the other side. Wonderful. So this is our tree pose, Vrikshasana. I don't know why I'm saying it like that today, but yeah. This is a very, very rooting and grounding pose, one of my favorites, and also a great pose to start learning balancing. So let's go for the other side. In hip-wide distance, we're standing. Let us, from the center, bring our weight to the right side. Perfect. Then only lift up your left leg. Open up your hips. Choose the position that is comfortable for you. We've already broken down the positions we can choose. Perfect. We're going to keep our hips centered. All right. And then we can start our movement again. See that you're not shifting to one side, that your body is really uplifted through the center. We're going to inhale and come halfway. And we're going to exhale and go all the way up. Inhaling, coming to halfway. Exhaling, going all the way up. One more time. Inhale, coming halfway. And exhaling, going all the way up. Perfect. Release your hands. And then release your leg. One other thing to note when we are practicing balance poses is to really focus on one point. Find a place which you can focus on. Rewind the video if you need to. Practice again and see the difference when you focus on a certain point, that how your mind structure and thought patterns are all changing and you're sort of losing this body feeling, and it's much easier to keep the balance. And another thing that's important in the balance poses is that we're activating our Pada Bandha. So really grabbing onto our mats with our toes and our heels. So once you shift the weight, you activate the Pada Bandha that allows you to keep stable here and then really do the pose. All right. So we're going to move on to our next pose. We'll stay in the hip-wide distance in the front of our mat, our arms by our side. We're going to be doing a chair pose, flow. So as we inhale, we're going to bend our knees. We're going to tuck our tailbone a bit forward, that we have a nice straight line through the spine. I'll try to show that from the side. So we're going to really tuck the tailbone in, try to keep a nice straight line, and we're going to raise our arms diagonal all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to straighten the legs, and we're going to drop our bodies down into a forward fold. Micro bend if you need to. All right, let's go for that 3 more times. Inhaling, bending your knees, tucking your tailbone in, lifting up your arms diagonal, keeping your shoulders back and in, away from the ears. Exhaling, straightening out your legs and coming all the way down. 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more time. Inhaling, tucking your tailbone in, no arch in the back, and perfect. Exhaling, straightening out the legs and bending down into your forward fold. Wonderful. So we're going to stay in our forward fold here. And when we're feeling ready, we're going to step back with our right leg. And then we're going to lift up our upper body while keeping our left leg bent. So our left leg should be at a 90-degree angle. We can also try to see that our heels of the left leg are centered with the outer edge of our other back leg. So of our back leg. And then slightly turn your back leg inwards. Wonderful, wonderful. Bending this left leg till 90-degree angle. Turning our hips forward. Lifting up our arms. Okay, we're in Warrior 1. Keep breathing here, looking up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your arms from the front to your sides. Keep your upper body straight. And what we want to do now is come up on our toes and raise our heels off the ground. And then again, lift up our arms. We're going to add movement to our warrior one. So inhaling, we're going to come down very close to the ground with our knee, but not fully. And as we exhale, we're going to come back into warrior one. That means our left leg will stay bent. Perfect. Again, inhaling, dropping that right knee down as close as possible, but not fully into the ground. Exhaling, coming back into warrior one. 2 more times. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Wonderful. Inhale, bring your hands down. And exhale, step back with your right leg in your forwards fold. Take a deep breath in. Relax your neck. And then take a step back with your left leg. Turn it out so your toes are pointed to the left side and then a bit inwards, and then lift up your body with a 90-degree angle with your right leg. See that the heels of your front leg is in one line with the right outer edge of your back leg. Perfect. Maybe you need to lower the distance in order to feel comfortable here. Then turn your hips forward, lift up your arms. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. We're going to turn our back leg with our heels now in the air. Wonderful. And we're going to start bringing our left knee as close as possible to the ground 4 times. Inhaling, left knee close to the ground, and exhaling, straightening out our left knee. Coming back into warrior, so this leg is not straightened fully. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. 1 more time. Inhaling, exhaling. Perfect. Inhale, bring your right hand, left hand down. Exhale, take a step back with your left leg. Fold deep into your forward fold. Relax your neck here in Uttanasana. Perfect. And then we're going to step with our right and left leg back and bring our hips really high up into our downward facing dog. Perfect. So our hips are up. We're going to push with our hands to really open up the chest, the shoulders. We're going to engage our core so that we have a nice straight line through the spine. And at the beginning, it is possible that our heels are not touching the ground, and that's completely fine. You can even micro bend your knees in order to access more comfort here. And from your downward facing dog, as we're inhaling, we're going to come here forward, bring our shoulders above our hands, above our wrists. And as we exhale, we're going to push the hands, lift up our hips in downward facing dog. And as we push, we can really try to activate this chest opening. 3 more times. Inhale, come into your high plank. Perfect. And exhaling, coming back up and downward facing dog. Again, inhaling into high plank. Keeping the core engaged here, and exhaling, coming back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here just for yourself. And then bring your knees onto the ground. Allow yourself to take steps back with your hands. Release your buttock onto your heels for 1 moment. No, we're just sitting quickly. Wonderful. That's why we're just slowly stepping back with our hands, and we're going to release our legs. Bring our buttocks to the center of our mats for our next pose. So all these sunny poses that we've been doing, our chair flow, the flow in warrior one, this downward facing dog into high plank, all of this has been helping us for our peak pose, and our peak pose today is Chaturanga. So we really worked on, and now we're going to be working more on the core, but we already worked on the arms, on the legs. And as we know, Chaturanga is our low plank. It is a very, very activating pose, which we will do, if necessary, with modifications today. So for the next pose, try to straighten out your legs at first. Uplift your spine towards the sky. And bring your hands at the back, really stretching them out and seeing to what point you can bring them that you can really relax your upper back and the arms are nice and stretched out. All right. Then we're going to move one step with our buttocks forwards and then lift up our legs with our feet underneath our knees. Perfect. So our first step for this Navasana flow, our boat flow, is to simply raise our lower legs. You can stay here today for the whole time using the support of your hands. But if you feel, no, I want to be able to support myself, then perhaps you can bring one arm in front. Or you can bring both arms in front. The hands will then stay parallel with each other. And if you feel that you can go further, try to straighten out your legs and point your toes forward. And from this position, if you're ready for some movement, as you inhale, we're going to open up our bodies and try to bring our upper body as low as possible, our toes as close as possible to the ground, head a bit more lower, exhaling, coming back into Navasana, boat. And if you're in the supported version, you can simply lower your leg up and down instead of your upper body. So let's go for it again. Inhaling, coming down. Exhaling, coming up. One more time. Inhaling, coming down. Exhaling, coming up. Release your feet soles onto the ground. Give yourself a nice hug and relax your neck here. Keep breathing. All right. And then chin to chest, vertebrae for vertebrae. Lift up your head. Allow yourself to be released out of this position. And now we can come into the pose that you love so much, into our child's pose. We're going to be using our child's pose as the starting point for our Chaturanga, so that we have the option to just prepare the upper body and not really work on our knees being hovering on top of our mats. So go to the back of your mat. Keep a hip-wide distance between your knees. And then gently allow your body to drop down. Allow your arms to come to the front. We're going to have our arms not fully stretched out, just a little bit bent right now. And then relax your forehead onto the ground. Keep breathing. 5. Feel the softness of your child's pose, Balasana. And use this moment to connect with the lighter, easier parts of yourself. Remembering the childhood, the beautiful eyes that we have in order to see the world and learn it. To be fascinated by everything nature has to offer. Perfect. And from this position, we're going to grow into our strength. As you inhale, you're going to lift up your body into a 4-feet stand or tabletop. So we bring our hands underneath our shoulders. All right. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our elbows deep behind us, bringing our chest between our shoulders. So the elbows are really close to the body, like in Cobra. And you can actually just practice this today. And if you feel you want to keep your chest uplifted, hovering, that's good. If you want to bring your chest to the ground, it's also absolutely no problem. So come first for the upper body, and then when you feel ready, tuck your toes and lift up your knees. Tuck your toes and lift up your knees. Perfect. And if you don't feel good with your knees lifted up, bring them down again and only practice the upper body. And as we exhale, we're going to push with the hands. We're going to straighten out the hands again. Knees are on the ground again. And then relax your toes, coming back into our child's pose. We're going to try that a couple more times. As we inhale, we're going to lift up into our tabletop. Here we have the chance to only bring the upper body. That means bend the elbows close to your body. Bring your chest between your shoulders or fully on the ground. If you have your chest on the ground, you can even have your chin on the ground. And as you exhale, tuck your toes and lift up your knees. Tuck your toes and lift up the knees. Perfect. Keep breathing here. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drop the knees. Push the hands. And come back into your child's pose. Wonderful. I'm going to step out of this pose for a moment, and I'm going to request Ali to give also a side view in which I can correct him and also demonstrate to all of you. So maybe you just want to face this way, and we'll do a couple more times with a very well-defined demonstration. So I'll make sure that you have place here. We're starting in our child's pose with our arms slightly bent. As we inhale, we're going to lift up into our tabletop, bringing our shoulders above our hands. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows very close to the body as we would in Cobra. We're going to keep our core engaged here. Perfect. And we can either bring our chest fully on the ground or we can have it uplifted. And then as we exhale, we're going to lift up our knees. When we lift up our knees, our toes are going slightly backwards. And we're going to try to sink the hips down so that we're really in one line with our whole body. Perfect. Let your knees down. Exhaling, pushing with the hands. And then coming back into your child's pose. So it's actually good if you're in this sort of extended child's pose where your hips are slightly raising off the ground and your hips are not fully flat onto your heels. Let's go for that one more time quite fast with one inhale and exhale. Inhaling, coming into tabletop, going all the way down. Exhaling, lifting up the knees, sinking the hips. Lifting up the knees, sinking the hips. Very good, engaging the core. Perfect. And drop your knees. And then push the hands. Coming back into your child's pose. Perfectly done. Wonderful. So Chaturanga was our peak pose. And now we are ready to move on to our beautiful moon side of things. All right. So we're going to come back onto our mats, into our child's pose. I'm going to take here 2-3 deep breaths in and out to welcome the moon energies within us. Try to transition from these golden rays of sunshine to the silver mystical light of the moon. We're going to stay in child's pose for 1 or 2 more breaths. And we're going to welcome our first moon pose from our child's pose. We'll be moving onto a half Ustrasana, or Ardha Ustrasana, or camel pose. So, when you're feeling ready, see that you have hip-wide distance between your knees. Bring your left hand onto your side, a little bit wider away, or with a bit of distance from your body. And a little bit back if possible, so in line with your ankle. And as you inhale, you're gonna lift up your head, push the left hand, and allow with your right hand to circulate your body up and opening up your chest. Perfect. As you exhale, you're gonna circulate your arm all the way back. Both your hands can be at the back. Wonderful. Now we're gonna take our stability on our right hand. Inhaling, push the right hand, lift up your head, Start to raise up from the ground with your upper body, with your legs, and opening up your body. Perfect. Exhaling, and then coming all the way back down. We're going to practice that one more time. So inhaling, using your left arm to circulate you all the way up here. Focus on opening the chest here. Exhaling, using your arm to circulate yourself back onto child's pose. Perfect. One more time. Inhaling, now lifting up your left arm, opening up your shoulders. Try to come into the center here a little more. Wonderful. Exhaling and coming back. All right. And yeah, even though my student is very advanced, this is still a part of the body that he needs to work on. This is something that I can see very clearly now. And therefore the next pose is going to help a little bit better. So let us bring our chin to our chest, and vertebrae for vertebrae, we're going to lift up our bodies, and once we're uplifted, we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to prepare us for a full or a modified version of camel. So for this, I want you to turn to the other side. Perfect. Yes. And we're going to be doing this pose with the block for Ali to make it as perfect as possible. So if you're beginning this pose, try to also see if you can use some support from a cushion or a block. And we're going to start. We're going to tuck our toes, since we can keep our toes relaxed, but for beginners or people who are not very good at this pose yet, tucking the toes can help to create less distance between this bending backwards. And as we know, back bends are coming from the chest. It's coming from the thoracic part of the spine. So we really need to focus on bringing the shoulders open and at the back, pressing the shoulder blades together, and not bending from the lower back. That would be possible, but that would not be right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is simply allow Ali to have a block in the side of him, and we'll see if he's gonna need it or if he can come up to his heels on his own. So if you have a block, you can just place it on your sides, and then we're gonna start. Start by placing your hands at your back with your 4 fingers at the back and your thumb in the front to support your lower back. And with this position, I want you to first just open up your shoulders back, bring your shoulder blades together, and then allow yourself to simply use this shape to go back and look up at the sky. Perfect. Now allow your body to drop down at the back. See till what position you can bring this openness. And then, one after the other, allow your hands to reach for the block. Perfect. See, he could have reached for his heels, but it was not perfectly comfortable. His body started to shake a bit. So I think this is a really good option with the block here. And if you feel good, you can place your hands down onto your other support, which you have right next to you. All right. So we're really going to open up the shoulders here. We're going to open up the chest. The belly is also pushing out. The glute musculature or the glute muscles are also pressing against each other. And he can keep his chin to his chest if people are feeling dizzy as beginners, or just keep them really at the back. Perfect. Inhaling, using one after the other, your hand at your back again. And exhaling, perhaps you're going to use the block to sit on your heels. Relax your heels. I've placed a block right under his buttocks. You can place that from the side to under your buttocks to first experience a neutral spine. So relax your hands in this position. Perfect. And just take 1 or 2 deep breaths with a neutral spine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Alright, and when you're feeling ready, release the block out of your buttocks or from under your buttocks. And then we're going to come back into a child's pose to give the spine again a relaxation. You can have your knees close together if possible. Release your arms to the back, sit on your heels, and then gently melt your body down. Your shoulders are dropping and melting onto your mat. Keep breathing here. Relax your neck as good as you can. Try to keep it long. Your forehead melting onto your mat. And then we're going to bring our chin to our chest, and vertebrae for vertebrae, we'll lift up our bodies. And once the head is up, which is the last part, we're going to release our legs. And we are ready for our supine position. So we transition from our sun salutations, the sunny parts, to our sunny movement poses with stillness, with vinyasa. And now we're really moving into the more yin part of our class. And for that, simply lie down on your mat. And the first pose that we're going to do is really simple. We're going to bend our legs and we're going to kiss our foot soles together. We're going to take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we're going to allow our knees to drop down. We're going to allow our foot soles to kiss here. And if we see our knees are too high up, then we're going to place some support right underneath our knees, if that is feeling comfortable, so that we can really spend time in this position. Do you need another cushion on your side? All right, so he's actually more relaxed on the right side than the left side, but you can try to practice that with the support. See what is comfortable for you. You can also use no support, and then place your hand, your left hand on your belly and your right hand in front of your heart center. And we're going to spend the next minute here simply breathing and relaxing. Every exhale, you can perhaps feel how your hips are opening wider, that they're releasing all the blockages that are holding it tight. Try to be active also with your mental tendencies right now. As you inhale, breathe in the essence of freedom, of letting go. And as you exhale, release all tension and stress from your hip area. We know that the hips don't lie. It carries intelligently a lot of our emotional stress. It shortens and closes up as we feel the negative energies from inside or outside. And it's important to use this beautiful body as a tool to release the inner workings of our being. We're like a sponge, sponging up all the stimulations of duality from within and without with our bodies and minds. And it's important to keep this experience clean, conscious, Wonderful. And then we're gonna bring our hands to the outside of our thighs, right and left. Release the support now if you want to. You don't really have to. You can just go in between it. And then allow your body, help your body to come back with the knees kissed together again. Perfect. And then we're gonna, one after the other, release our legs back into Shavasana position. We're gonna prepare us for our next pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana, Supta Ardha Matsyendrasana. So for that, bend your right leg and place your right foot sole onto your left thigh. And then you can use your left hand to grab your right knee or thigh and pull gently your right knee as close as possible to the left side on your mat. Feel the twist in your spine. Lift up your right arm all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, allow your right arm to reach for the ground on the right side. And also here, you can use modifications. So if you're feeling that your knee is not really coming close to the ground, then use a block, use a cushion to allow yourself to then relax to the point that is possible for you. Keep breathing in this twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Inhale. Allow your hips to come back to the center. Allow your hips to come back to the center. And then as you're exhaling, release your legs back into position. Bring your hips, if necessary, also towards the center. And for the next part, I would like Ollie to move back into this other side so we can demonstrate it. And also, if you could just simply come out of your mat for a moment, I will help you to change its position. Perfect. All right. So coming back one more time into your lying down position, I'll be simply demonstrating it with my leading and him with his body. So I believe we did the right leg, right?
Exactly.
Okay, now we're going to be lifting up our left leg and we're going to place our foot sole onto the right leg. We're going to use our right hand to grab our knee, and then we can pull our knee all the way to the right side. All right, so I would like to do this one more time with you, Ollie. Can you come back out of it and try to see that you're not shifting the position of your hips by yourself, and just trying to do it as naturally as possible. So lifting up your left leg, placing it onto your right thighs, using your right hands to grab, and we're, without lifting up our hips, we're going to simply try to bring our left leg all the way to the right side. So if you see that you can't really come too far, this is your body's signal of maybe using a block or a cushion. See what's comfortable for you here. If you need an elevation support, then use that. Then you can lift up your left arm all the way up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your left arm all the way to the right side. Try to see if you can bring your left arm closer to the ground. If your knee is uplifting, that is completely fine, but we're going to focus more on this arm coming onto the ground. So release your knee a little bit, Ollie. Wonderful. That seems very good. Release it a bit more. There's too much tension on this side. Yes, that feels really, really beautiful. So that's how we want to keep it. We want to keep our left shoulder onto our mat, nice and connected. And then we can look to the left side to really stimulate this twist. And if our left knee is uplifted, this is no problem. Let it allow it to be natural. Allow it to come very gently into your body. Perfect. All right. And when you're feeling good, you can look back to the center. First, we're going to bring our leg back to the center. If necessary, now you can elevate your hips to bring it in the right place. And then straighten out both your legs. Perfect. Bring your arms to your side. Take a deep breath in and out. All right, we're going to move on to our next pose. We're going to do Pavana Muktasana. So bend your right leg to your chest and interlock your fingers above your knees or underneath your thighs if you feel you cannot really reach that comfortably. So find your position, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your knee gently in one straight line to your chest. Keep your other leg as active and relaxed onto the ground as possible. Keep your toes nice and relaxed. Keep breathing. And every time you exhale, bring your knee closer to your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Inhale, release the interlocking of your fingers. Release your foot sole under your knees. Your leg is still bent. Exhale, straighten out your legs back in Shavasana. We'll switch. Now bend your left leg to your chest. Interlock your fingers in the position of your choice. Perfect. Inhaling, staying here. And with your exhale, pulling in your knees to your chest in one straight line. Pavana Muktasana is really great for our digestive system. It helps our intestines to know what exactly to keep in the body and what to release. Every time you exhale, come deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Inhale, release the interlocking of your fingers. Release your foot sole under your knees, your heels under your knee. And exhale, straighten out your leg. Perfect. All right. Now with the next inhale, bend both your knees to your chest. Hold with interlocked fingers above your knees, underneath your thighs. See what's comfortable for you. And then bring your forehead to your knees. Make yourself really small in this hovering, lying child's pose. If you want to come deeper, bring your hands from the opposite sides onto your elbows to really make yourself nice and small. Keep breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Release your hands. Release your head back onto the ground. Release your legs one after the other. Back into Shavasana position. Perfect. So take a moment here to take 1 or 2 deep breaths just for yourself. We have only one more pose in order to finish this class today. We're going to be doing Viparita Karani. So Viparita Karani is best done against a wall. Maybe it is possible for us to show you this version, but if not, we're going to be showing you guys the version with the modification, and I'll act sort of like the wall. So, in order to start this, can you simply bend your legs as if you would prepare for Setubandha Savangasana, for shoulder bridge. So we're going to be trying the modification today without a wall. I have another video in the Yoga Chronicles where we're using the wall. You can look into that in order to really get a better view of that. But we're going to start in our shoulder bridge starting position, and we're going to even lift up our hips into our shoulder bridge position. And when we feel that we've had this, see that your cushion or your block is near you. We're going to place the support in between our lumbar and sacrum transition. So in between our lower back and buttocks. And when we have that, we're going to simply bring our back onto position. Please try to bring it into the place that's best for you. And then we're going to, one after the other, start to raise our legs all the way up into the direction of the sky. So if you had a wall next to you, I would be the wall, for example, and he would simply relax the leg. Relax the leg. Exactly. Relax the leg as best as possible onto the wall. It is possible to even increase the lift higher, so you can use a cushion that's even higher than that, so that you can stimulate the shoulder stand even more. That means that your chest is coming to your chin and giving you the opportunity for the chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, which is very, very important when we are practicing our shoulder stand, because in shoulder stand we work on immunity enhancement. And what better to enhance the immunity than working on our thyroid gland, partially also on our thymus gland. So use a wall, use a friend, and get yourself into Viparita Karani, a very, very beautiful version of the shoulder stand that was also mentioned in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. And lie down like that for 1 minute long. We also say in Hatha Yoga that the sun is in the solar plexus, which we also felt, and the moon is in the third eye position between the eyebrows. And in this position, we allow that the moon, which is normally dropping out its life juice to burn in the sun, we allow this to stop happening. That means we're going back sort of in our rejuvenation into our youth and holding the time still for a moment so that we can gain life, gain a lot of new energy because of this burning process kind of being stopped. So relax in your Viparita Karani, your legs are uplifted. We're having a great lymphatic drainage and cleanse here, because as we know, the lymphatic system has no drainage, and only in these upside down inversions can we stimulate the cleanse of our toxins. So try to stay another 15 seconds in this position, keeping your eyes closed. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this version of the shoulder stand is really, really harmless. It is also, you know, the compression in the cervical spine is really not that much, and we're very, very relaxed. So I would be able to welcome this pose to almost everybody, especially with this support. In our other versions, definitely there are contraindications for people who are suffering injuries in their spine or have had surgeries or have had facial surgeries. For them, we really need to be careful. But this version is really, really good. So you can gently bring your knees to your belly and then allow your foot soles to come back into the position of your shoulder bridge. You're going to lift up your hips to release the cushion from underneath. And that was our last pose for today. We are now ready for our Shavasana, our final meditation. And obviously, to well represent the moon, we're going to be doing this meditation in lying down position, Shavasana, the corpse pose. Perfect. So, take a moment here to really find your position. Keep breathing in and out to welcome this meditation. So, Shavasana is the corpse pose, but it is known as the dying that brings us life. Find yourself in your Shavasana. Allow your breath to deepen, breathing in the essence of freedom, of love, and exhaling any remaining tension or stress from body and mind. And as you're breathing, bring your attention to a point between your eyebrows and become very aware that your third eye is there in this center. And you feel how your third eye is opening and radiating light. Utilize an image of the moon about the size of a golf ball, radiating silver light, much like the moon, 360 degrees in all directions. Let go and dissolve any fear, anxiety, uncertainty, and resistance in your life. And allow the silver sphere of light in your forehead to open and send gentle streams of silver light in all directions, penetrating through your body, mind. Allow your body to relax more and more, and sense that you're becoming lighter. And as more light flows through your third eye and throughout your body, the more you're feeling secure. Your intuition is rising. Your trust is coming back. Your connection to your higher self is becoming clearer. This is a good time to reach out to your higher self or to call out angels and spirit guides and ask them to support you. Ask them to assist you in doing for you what you do not know how to do yourself. Give them the permission to help you open up your third eye, to be able to radiate the light of the moon in your inner and outer world, to help you to connect with your softness, with your gentleness, with your loving compassion and awareness. Allow the silver light to continue to flow through you. And really connect with your soul and higher self. Feeling yourself being filled up with the purest light. And we know the moon is about trust and intuition. And in this space, with full connection to your higher self, ask if there is a affirmation for you, a message for you. Welcome any visions or feelings that are rising. Allow this experience to be just as it is. It might feel like to you like you're using your imagination or having a daydream. Or you may think you're making it all up. But in time you will come to realize that you are receiving impressions of subtle energy. Just follow the experience into your inner world, and they will unfold on their own. And then when you're feeling ready, we're going to end this meditation by repeating in our inner world, I am divinely and consciously present here and now. I'm divinely and consciously present in here and now. I am present here and now. And then you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, allow the intuitive movements of trust flow through your entire body. Feel how the moon energies have softened your sun energies. Everything is in balance right now. You've got the power of the sun. You've got the softness of the moon. And in this final moment together, we're going to bring it all together in our centers. So stretch out your body in all directions. See what is coming intuitively to you. Be curious, be sensual about your body. And then, when you're feeling ready, we're going to be coming up one last time into our sitting position. And we're going to be bringing this beautiful session to an end with a mantra that helps us to harmonize our dual energies, these beautiful aspects of sun and moon. And we're going to feel the unity that always was. And I've chosen a wonderful mantra, Ad Gure Name, in order to perform this final unity in our hearts. And in Ad Gure Name, we're really like turning inwards and looking for the presence of our higher soul, looking for the light within, accepting that, and seeing not only that light within, but seeing that light in others, seeing that light in the universe, and somehow allowing that all to connect with each other. So I would request you to bring your drums, and we will be starting our mantra. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. I bow down to the eternal wisdom within me. I bow down to the eternal wisdom of the universe. I connect myself to my higher self and my light. So sit yourself down one last time in your Sukhasana, easy seated position with your support if you want. Keep breathing. Keep relaxing. Take a deep breath in to welcome the mantra within. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel the mantra. Connecting you with your light as one. So connecting you with the combination of all duality. So for that, we're going to bring our hands into our heart center one more time. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to feel the sunny energies, warm and strong, full of passion. We're going to feel the moon energies, soft, feminine, full of compassion. And in this final meditation, we're going to allow these energies to come together as one. We're going to let these energies dance and intertwine with each other to formulate the oneness that always was, the oneness that we come from, the oneness that consists of the innate happiness, peace, and unconditional love. And as you feel this unity, allow all things that you know as separate to come into you and combine as one. And in the spirit of oneness, we're going to bow down to each other. Namaste.
Namaste.
Let there be light. Unseparated, forever connected. Bring your spine back, uplifted with your crown opened towards the heavens. Feel this united light inside of your hands. Inhale and lift up your arms all the way up. And as you exhale, shine your light onto your world. This is the universal light that always comes back to you, so bring your hands then to your heart center. Take one more last deep breath to feel this entire yoga class. Let there be light. Let there be union between sun and moon. Let there be the oneness that always was. Allow your hands to gently drop down, opening up your eyes. Thank you for this beautiful session. It took a little bit longer as expected, but I knew that you don't really have another appointment. Other than that,
Was it longer?
it was a bit longer, yeah. And it's an online session available for all of you, so at home I'm pretty sure we can find the time to just take that extra moment. So thank you very, very much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're both students of Ulu Yoga, a beautiful, amazing yoga school teaching us to be the best that we can be and allowing us to serve our community better. Thank you very much, and we'll be joining you guys again for another episode of the Yoga Chronicles. Namaste.
Namaste.